something I've been a little liquid in. Finally finally watched the first 2 episodes of this new season of Mandalorian. I know, bad reviewer. Should have done this a while ago, but I like a little bingey. So, as episode 2 opens up with Armando trying to find this other other Mandalorians who hopefully might be able to point their way back to his returning Baby Yoda back to his own people. And he gets when there's somebody on Tatooine. Well, I've been on Tatooine a lot. I've heard, well, yeah, there's somebody on Tatooine, a town that isn't even on the map anymore. But goes on, into a bar, a little bit of spaghetti western feel there, and in walks, I won't say Boba Fett because the build is all wrong. Right away, no, that's not Boba Fett. He's too skinny. But the armor is definitely Boba Fett's, and it's been through the mill too, because most of the paint's been scraped off. But once it takes the helmet off, no, it's not. And we get to the Timothy Oliphant, the marshal. They bought the armor off from Jawas, and they show him, the sequence where he's in the desert, and he makes the deal with the Jawas for the armor they'd found. Now, how they got the armor has yet to be revealed. I think that's going to be coming up. But we got, another typical Western trope, the settlers and the natives getting together to beat a greater evil. Long story short, well, Mando agrees to help him if he hands back the armor. So okay, everything they defeat the the evil great. We finally see a great dragon too. That's not what we thought it was. That's not what those big lizard things we were riding. No, great red, big gigantic kind of sandworm type thing. And they defeated a few Banthas bought it and a few villagers and Tusken Raiders, but now they got enough meat for years. Okay. And the thing is, again, I don't bother with non-spoilers. So there's a spoiler. If you haven't watched it, you should have stopped a while ago. But you're wondering, well, they got it off Boba Fett's body. At the very end, it's no longer an audio cue like it was last season with the gun. You get just the little spur sound they added for Boba Fett. No, we see Tamara Morrison watching the Mandalorian go speeding along. So yeah, Boba Fett survived. How he lost the armor is anyone's guess. I'm guessing maybe, if I had to say right now, he managed to fight his way out of the Sarlacc pit, but he was so weakened that the Jawas managed to beat him up, steal the armor, and left him, or whatever. That's the way this thing goes. That's a seed planted for a future story, and we'll see it pretty soon, I think. But next one, chapter 10. They're continuing numbering from the Freeman Zone. So, search for more Mandalorian. Okay, fine. We got to transport this frog lady and her eggs to this planet, and her husband or something. Nobody knows where the Mandalorians where they're going. Okay, fine. And we get a bit of, I wouldn't say a revisit of Empire Strikes Back. They get another ice planet. But there's no Wampas there. They meet some giant spiders. John Peters would be proud. They're, and of course, Baby Yoda manages to eat a few of the eggs on there. But fortunately, she got a lot of eggs. So, but they managed to do that with the help of a couple of X-Wing fighters. Dave Filoni, again, cameoing as an X-Wing pilot. That referred back to the Prison Break episode. And he has to duck them for a bit because, hey, were you in the vicinity of the ship? Bye! So. But they managed to get out of that and defeat the giant spiders and stuff. And barely got out the ship. They were only in the cockpit because the rest of the ship was gaping holes in it. But yeah, so far it's going. And yeah, the music is a bit of an issue. But my advice is don't pay attention to the music too much. Just go with the mood, but don't get too wrapped up in it, because yeah, no one's hiring John Williams to do the score here or anyone like him. No, it's off to a good start, and I want to see where this is going. I understand Dagobah is going to be coming up pretty soon. In fact, that may be where they're headed, because it's the only planet left where they can survive. Well, what's better than a swamp for amphibian people? So, we shall see. But so far, it's going pretty good. And with that, I think it's a short one for 2 episodes, but they're good. Nothing to complain about. And you want me to say something about the election? I'm not. Because let's just say this country's about to get a very big lesson in civics. The state elections are not the determiner, not the final determiner of the elections, guys. It's certification of the electors, which is done by the state legislature. 12th Amendment, guys, look it up. They are not under obligation, any real obligation, to follow the will of the voters. Let's say Pennsylvania, Republican legislature. If they decide, no, this is a screwed up election, we're going to ignore it, and we'll appoint Republican electors. And Arizona and Nevada do the same thing. I mean, they better have a damn good explanation because they'll answer to the voters for it. But yeah, we ain't over by a long shot. So, like Mando said to the frog lady, strap in. It's going to be a bumpy ride. Till then, PayPal, Patreon down below. We will talk at you later.